Hello, it's me, Jimmy T, married with PMU. Today talk about the needles hangout, okay? This topic is not easy to explain, but Jimmy T channel, okay, I will explain to you. Now, many years ago when my mentor taught me this way, okay, needles hang out a little bit, but I will confuse like when, how, why, okay? So needles hang out a little bit. Now, little bit clarify something, okay? Needles hang out is not related to the depth into the skin. Now, for example, your needles hang out 3 millimeters. Doesn't mean all 3 millimeters get into the skin. That will be damaged. Okay? These two needles hang out, the needles depth into the skin is not equal to the stroke length. Now, for example, the stroke length, the machine stroke length is 3 millimeters. Can I hand out 3.1, 3.2? Some machines yes, some machines no. Okay, very clarified. So I'm so detailed, so I know why. Because my sign is Virgo. Okay, September, happy birthday. Okay, leave a comment below if you just want to say happy birthday. Okay, so not equal, but they a little bit related. You need to understand what's going on. In this video, I'm going to run some tests and then I will tell you why. Now, compared to couple fingers, one round liner with 3 round liner, okay, one with 3, okay, and with dilution or without dilution. The dilution is what? Distilled water, basically. The dilution I'm using 50% to compare to you, to explain to you, okay, is that okay, this and that, okay, very clarified. If you like the way I teach or you understand what I'm saying, I have my class as well. Now, to narrow it down, make you easier to understand. Some knowledge you're missing a little bit, it take you really long time to figure it out. You're wasting your time, wasting your money, you maybe make some mistake. But my class very clarified. Plus, you can ask questions. If you still don't understand, leave a comment below, okay? Or either I make another video to show you, okay? Very simple, like very interactive. It's a new way to teach online. The stroke length, we set it to 3.2. Hopefully you can see it now. I'm going to use VS needles, okay, V-select. This is 1001 RL and then 1003 RL, see the difference, okay? So the pigment I'm going to use ever after. Okay, of course, every time you shade for 20 seconds at least. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, the dilution, another one I'm going to mix half and half dilution. This is what? Distilled water. Okay, I do a little bit over than 50-50, see what's going on. Of course, when you mix it, okay? About 1, agree? Okay, clean up like this. So right now I'm going to do the lining. Okay, the depth into the skin right now is 0.3 millimeters. Okay, see how many ink flow? Okay, how about shading? Maybe do super slow hand, see what's going on. Okay, now this is 1 millimeters. Right now, the needle's hand out is very long. The ink flow is a lot less already. Right now, I added 50% of dilution Still using one round liner, the ink flow is too less. Right now I'm using 3 round liner, and the needles hang out really short, like 1 millimeters. The ink flow is too much. Right now the needle's handout is 3.5 millimeters. The balance of the ink flow is still pretty good. How about with dilution? The ink flow is still very good balance. Now here is the summaries. Needles hang out too short. That will be too much ink flow. Needles hang out long. Will have less ink flow. 3 round liners has a very good ink balance when the needles hang out long. When you are using high percentage of the dilution, especially when you're doing shading, better to use 3 round liners. If you want your shading is more pixelized, based on this machine setting, 1 round liner, 3 round liner, Now go back to the question from the beginning. Needles hang out a little bit, is that correct? The answer is yes. But when you are using 3 round liners and up, when the machine is stopped running and the needles is in resting position, and it is for fine line, detail, pixelized outcome,